Police have been called in to investigate a poison scare at the Botanic Gardens in Christchurch, but staff think it's more likely to be an anti-1080 hoax. They've been cleaning up after pellets that were supposedly poison were found spread throughout the gardens. The pellets are being tested by Landcare Research, and the gardens were closed to the public as a precaution. There are moves to set up a new organ donor register that claims to offer those who sign up preferential access to organs. Long-time organ donation advocate Andy Tukey has just launched the scheme called LifeSharers. The aim is that LifeSharers members who donate organs when they die do so on the condition they're offered first to fellow members. But the scheme's been criticised by organ transplant experts as morally repugnant. They say organs should be offered to those in most need, not just to people who've signed up to a website. And the man behind LifeSharers joins us now live from Parliament. Andy, why the need to set up something like this?
Well, the organ donor rate in New Zealand is the worst in the Western world, with just 25 organ donors in 2006. And despite 6 years of campaigning, our organ donor levels this year are exactly the same as they were 6 years ago. And yet the transplant waiting list has doubled in that meantime, and the number of transplants in 2006 was at its lowest level in 14 years. So we need to take a new approach to encouraging people to be organ donors.
So how do you respond to critics who say this is just queue jumping and that there's a much fairer system, and that's the one that exists right now?
It's not queue jumping. In fact, this is a much fairer system than the one they've got at the moment. And I think the public will agree. You've got many people who refuse to be donors, but they go on the transplant waiting list with exactly the same priority as people who are prepared to be donors. So they're jumping the queue, and as long as people jump the queue, there will always be a shortage of organs. This makes it much fairer. I think that people will agree that, you know, if it's a choice between, with the organ scarcity as there is, between giving it to a registered organ donor and somebody who refuses to be a donor, it should go to the person who's prepared to be a donor. That creates more organ donors, and more organ donors, of course, saves more lives.
Thanks. Andy Tukey, live from Parliament.